Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to the month of December 2023. This is a much better month than October or November. You might have a bit of money luck, even some surprising financial gain in the month of December, as well as the possibility of some travel to foreign shores or foreign lands, or even contact with people from foreign places that are going to benefit you. Overall, you're establishing a connection with what brings you greater joy in life, and you're trying to figure out how to tie that joy into financial wellness as well. So welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Lori Lothian. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac and whole sign houses. I also use fixed stars and minor asteroids. If you stick around, I put 30 videos out per month usually, and you'll get a lot of information about how to use those asteroids in your own sky. Also, by the way, I have a small promotion this month before we dive into your story, and that is I'm sharing an opportunity to join my Patreon community, where I have early access ad-free content. Everything you see on YouTube, my Patreon community gets before you, as well as 1 to 3 meetings with me per month, depending on your tier. You want to try me out just for fun for $5 a month, even at the lowest tier. I'm gifting you 3 classes, 1 live class with me at the end of December on Chiron, using it for a timing tool in your natal sky, and also 2 classes I've already taught. Are You My Person? The Synastry class on relationship astrology, and Chiron, the Key to Purpose. Both of the classes have already been taught, but you get them for free, $33 value each in resale right now. But if you want to try me out at Patreon, they are my gift to you. Don't like the channel, just leave. Okay, the Patreon community, just leave. So let's get talking about this story. You know, Capricorn, it's been a long haul for you. You've had Pluto moving through the house of you ever since 2008, about to leave for good by the end of next year. So you're coming to the end of a long time transit of getting in touch with what real authentic power means to you, how to power up and be a powerful being in your life. And of course, you probably, unfortunately, experienced some death in your life, loss, death and rebirth stories. Sorry, that's just a part of life. However, I just put this lipstick on. I'm pretty sure it's not going to stay on properly. Anyway, as well, what's going on next is that you have this month where a few planetary transits are shifting your gears. Number 1, let's start with the most clear and present action is planet Mercury moves into the sign of Capricorn, which is your sign for your sun, moon, or rising. And yes, he does this every single year, but this is particularly powerful in some of the fortunate aspects he's making to Jupiter in the house of money luck, and Jupiter in the house of what brings you joy, and Jupiter in the house of romance and entrepreneurship and more. So we'll tie into those themes in a minute on the dates of those events, but let's start with just the meaning of what happens when Mercury moves into Capricorn. Well, he's resourceful and he's intelligent and he's stoic and he's disciplined and stern, just like all Capricornian energy is. He plays the role of the sign he's in. He's more Saturnian, but as well, he moves into the sign of Capricorn and he offers up something to you along the lines of December 1st to the 22nd. Well, he's still there, not in Sag. How can you make decisions in your life and have new ideas that are going to strengthen and fortify you in your wealth and power, joy, play, and pleasure? All right, because it's all loving up your 5th house where you have Jupiter right now. Oh, not Jupiter. Did I say Jupiter? Yeah, Jupiter right now. So Jupiter, luck, opportunity, growth, and expansion in your 4th house of luck, money luck, children, speculation, stocks, winning the lottery, sexual and romantic love. I mean, a lot of Capricorns, if you are single, may have gotten quite romantically inclined after May when Jupiter moved into your 5th house, or more boisterous and joyful with your children, or having more speculative money opportunities arise for you, including maybe some financial wins, like in a lottery or something. Jupiter is retrograde till the end of the year. So some of what I'm about to tell you may have a time delay where you begin to feel it really activate in January, right? But let's keep this in mind. You have Mercury moving through your house, your ideas, your decisions, your pro-con list, your mind, your ideation is very powerful right now. And for the first 22 days of December, he's flowing toward that 5th house where you have Jupiter. 2 time periods in particular to draw your attention to in the month of December that are very lucky for you. December 7th to 9th and December 17th to 19th. The first time is Mercury in direct motion, trining Jupiter in your fifth house of money luck, also romance, children, etc. This is definitely a fertility transit for some of you, whether you're going to have a baby or a grandbaby, but it can open up fertility. Second of all, you can find that the first pass is a beginning of something, December 7th to 9th, that is going to be deepened, reflected on, or revisited December 17th to the 19th. Ultimately, you want to have more fun. Girls just want to have fun, boys just want to have fun, Jupiter in the fifth house, or be more creative or entrepreneurial and successful in those endeavors. And now Mercury's giving you the ideas and the decision-making power to execute on Jupiter's plans. Again, some of the big bounty of all of this comes through after Jupiter goes direct on December 30th through to the end of May next year. Well, Jupiter is giving you a lot of luck in your fifth house. He is going to deal with a little bit of obfuscation, opposition from Venus. Let's talk about that. Venus is moving through the sign of Scorpio. This is in the month of December, a place she's traveling from December 4th to the 29th, so most of the month. That's your 11th house of good spirit, and up there you get things like some pennies from heaven, some kinds of windfalls, greater gains in your financial career, allies and benefactors, friends and social groups. Sometimes you can also look at this house as elder sibling and your hopes, dreams, and wishes for your life. So much goes on in the 11th house of good spirit. As Venus is moving through here, she's in a sign of her detriment. It belongs to Mars, who's busy jackhammering away in your 12th house of foreign shores and lands, travel, revenue from foreign places, self-undoing, self-sabotage, and spiritual liberation. To some extent, as Venus moves through the Scorpio place of the sky in Mars's house, she's probably wondering if she's pleasing him in the 12th house next door. So she may align her values toward the things I just mentioned. She's a money goddess, and so if money can be accrued from their 12th house, it means from international revenue, foreign lands, foreign customers, international companies, and foreign shores. She will try to increase your career gains as she moves through your 11th house for most of December. That's part of her priority, but she can bring you into contact with greater socialization, into contact with an elder sibling. And she likes to be social and, have fun. And she's in the house of social engagements and larger groups of belonging. So you may just have a lot more fun and social events going on in December, and we all do, but more so at this time for you. However, she does oppose or come into conflict with Jupiter in that money luck house, in that pleasure, play, romance, children, all of that, entrepreneurial stuff. And she's going to have a sort of a difficult conversation with that part of your sky on December 9th and 10th. And you may think to yourself, December 9th and 10th, around that time, this is a really gnarly piece of real estate here. Mercury's trying to make peace with Venus no matter what this month, and he wants ideas that Venus agrees with, ideas for greater career gains, ideas for how to actualize some of your dreams and wishes, communication with an elder sibling that you want to be harmonious. Those are things that are ongoing during the month, especially as Mercury sextiles Venus December 11th and 12th, when he's basically saying December 11th, 12th, hey, Venus, let's get this show on the road. Let's have some flow and ease and social engagements, ideas and communications around career opportunities, career perks and rewards, creating greater revenue from my career path. And then there's this, just before that, Venus is having a fight with Jupiter. Well, you could have a difficult discussion or disagreement with one of your children around this time, with a roadblock in one of your creative projects. Jupiter wants to please Venus, and Venus is having a hissy fit in your 11th house. A friend or an elder sibling could object to something you're doing regarding your children, regarding your romance life, regarding your creative projects, regarding your money luck stories. But I wonder, and I'm going to wonder aloud, if when Venus opposes Uranus later in the month on the 20th and 21st of December, if a few days on either side of that, she isn't ushering in a lovely bit of money luck. Windfall style. It could be you win money in a game of chance. It could be that you go to the casino, or that some very lucky financial circumstance suddenly unexpectedly befalls you. Just keep that in mind. But the build up to December 20 and 21 feels a bit difficult, as she is in a discussion with Jupiter that is challenging. Jupiter wants truth, and one of your children may be telling you something that's true and you don't, and somebody an elder sibling, is objecting. All these people may not be you. Venus in your 11th could be a friend. Venus in your 11th could be a sibling. Venus in your 11th could be a coworker. And then stuff in the 5th house, a lover or a child. It could be something like your child is having a big argument with your elder sibling, and they're disagreeing radically about something. What I would say here about Venus in your 11th, to finish up the Venus story, is that Venus here will try to increase your prosperity. She's a money goddess in one of the 4 money houses. So she's trying her best to honor what Mars would have her do. And I have to remind you, I mean, Mars is from, I'll tell you for the first time, Mars is from November 24th to January 4th, traveling through that foreign shores house. Sure, it's hospitals and insane asylums and prisons and stuff like that, but it's still a house that has to do with revenue from foreign lands or moving to foreign lands or foreign shore monies. So if she's going to try to gin up some money for you in your 11th house, she may be trying to do that through travel abroad, foreign countries, hospitals, prisons, or insane asylums. That sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? But that's some of the very simple dungeons and prisons, some of the very simple delineations of the 12th house. Mars here can help you eliminate. Let's go to Mars. And during the month of December, Mars will help you eliminate or cut away things that are no longer good for you. This is often a good time to quit a bad habit, to quit the substance abuse or the addiction or the bad habit that is holding you back in life. Even a bad thought habit, a self-sabotaging pattern of thinking can be cut away, severed, or released as Mars moves through that 12th house. So this is a wonderful 6-week opportunity for cleanses, exactly, spiritual, emotional, psychological cleanses, or traveling off to a spiritual spa retreat or ashram. Time to get yourself in Sagittarius fire mode spiritually, maybe go to a good old Bible tent revival or something like that. Doing my best to record in a traveling setting, so you'll see that I've got a band of light over my body. Let's just consider that something fun to look at. I can't really change it up here. I don't have my home recording studio is what I'm trying to say. So let's go a little more chronologically through the story, right? Let's start off with the beginning of the month, December 1 to 3, the very first few days. And that's lovely. I love that Mercury in Capricorn, which is your own decision-making power, is going to sextile Saturn. And Saturn is sitting in your 3rd house of trips and travel and siblings and cousins and local neighborhood things. You could have a lovely social event in a local neighborhood. You could meet with old friends in a local neighborhood event on the first 3 days of December, but also you may formulate a travel plan during that time. Saturn will give you structure and form to get those tickets all booked and ready. And it just may be something as simple as making a decision to book a trip or take a travel opportunity or even a learning opportunity to sign up for a course that you're really curious about. On December the 5th to the 6th, Venus follows suit in a trine to Saturn as well. But she's doing that trine to Saturn in your 3rd house in from your 11th. This can be a very good opportunity coming through an ally, benefactor, someone who supports you for financial goodness connected to career and opportunity, through travel, through learning, through online world, through publishing, through writing, through your websites, through your social media platforms. Whoever this Venus person is, trining Saturn, it's like enduring financial success or enduring love and romance. You could start a new romance through an online dating app here. You could be introduced to a new person through a friend or a group of belonging. And this relationship, if it bakes in a start around December 5th and 6th, can definitely be a lasting union that endures. But if it comes to the money story, Saturn says, well, we're going to have a money opportunity connected to travel, writing, online social media, or brick and mortar local neighborhood establishments. If there's going to be a financial opportunity there, then it is going to be one that has legs to stand on and could last a long time. Don't forget, Saturn has only been in Pisces since March of this 2023. So this kind of trine from Venus in Scorpio to Mars in Saturn in Pisces is the first time in 29 years. This kind of thing can be formed for you. Moving on in the month, I already mentioned the Mercury. No, I didn't. Or did I? Yes, I did. Mercury is trining Jupiter, December 7th to 9th and 17th to 19th. To reiterate, very good for money luck, good flow with a lover, leisure travel opportunities, good things happening with your children, maybe good news about your children coming to you. News that one of your children is going to have a child can happen with this kind of combination as well. Hopefully that's good news for you. Then we move forward to one of the harder aspects in the month. That's the Sun squaring Neptune. Now, the Sun is moving here in the sign of Sag in your 12th house of foreign shores and lands and travel, revenue from those places, self-undoing and self-defeating habits and addictions, deep spiritual impulse for awakening. And the sun is squaring Neptune and a god of enlightenment in the 3rd house. So you could have a spiritual breakthrough through a hardship crisis moment, if that's something you're into, on December 16th and 17th or so. But you also may have some sort of holdup, some sort of kiboshing conflict with a travel plan, or some kind of dispelling of a confusion around something that would be related to a sibling, or a cousin or a neighbor. Certainly it could be something as simple as a clash with a neighbor over a Neptunian matter, whatever that is, over a religious matter or over a water matter. But it's just a small, possibility of a conflict. I say dispelling a confusion because not only is Neptune direct, but Mars is kind of involved as well in a whole sign square. So Mars is like, let's cut through the fog of some uncertainty, some confusing circumstances to do with these things, maybe mostly to do with travel opportunities, especially abroad. Mars is in the house of far off and foreign shores. Then we have a opposition I mentioned later on the 20th, 21st of Venus to Uranus. Again, it could look like some unexpected windfall, some kind of pennies from heaven, some kind of money luck. I think it's mostly positive. So keep that in mind. Unexpected developments with one of your children, a surprise acknowledgement that Venus is sperm and ovum and Uranus is in a fertility house with Jupiter, that there is a baby grandchild going to hopper in the oven with one of your kids or in your male child's wife's or partner's oven. But there's baby stuff that could be happening here regarding children. And or it could be a friend tells you something really shocking and unexpected, especially a female friend. And then we're moving to the Cazimi on the 22nd. Now, I wanted to mention that on the 22nd of the month through to the end of December, we will have Mercury backtracking into your 12th house. And that's very often a travel indicator without even Mars there. So I'm going to say between the 22nd of December, all the way through until, let me think about it. Well, I mean, a few weeks there. I'm trying to remember when he gets back to Capricorn. You could have a travel abroad opportunity because Mercury will move direct January 1st at 22 degrees of Sagittarius. Okay, so there's something going on here that says the end of December through to maybe 3 weeks. So December 22nd, add 3 weeks. There's a strong possibility of you traveling abroad, or planning a trip to travel abroad, or having a foreigner travel to see you, or something like that. Finally, the Cazimi happens with Mercury in the heart of the sun on December 22nd. Also, I should have mentioned Sun, Mars in the 12th house during the month of December can mean a male father figure in the hospital. I should have mentioned that. I forgot to say that, just so you know. And then there's a Cazimi happening at 29 degrees of Sagittarius on the 22nd. All that is about is that Mercury will be backtracking as he retrogrades. And what he does is retrograde, he enters into Sagittarius and he hits that 29 degree mark. And so the sun moving forward joins him there. And that's what we call a Cazimi. And this is very magical. Why I love this Cazimi is how powerful it is, because Mercury is indeed one of those planets that brings divine downloads and insights to you. So the Cazimi is kind of straddling the border of Capricorn Cancer, but there's a strong sense of a grand finale here, of some kind of completion with the matters of the 12th house. If you are struggling to let go of some bad habit, addiction, some kind of pattern of, like you just drink too much at night, or you're, finding that the cigarette and vape is overwhelming you, or anything like that, this Cazimi energy at the end of the December 22nd timeframe can be very positive. You might indeed find yourself spectacularly free of some addiction or bad habit or pattern. Oops, I misspoke. I meant to say the Cazimi is happening at 0 degrees of Capricorn. I apologize, which is a reset in the Capricorn part of your chart, which is going to be a very powerful ability to download some insights or information or ideas about how you would like to operate in your life in a more focused and direct manner, because of course you are Capricorn, you are that sun, moon, and rising. So what Mercury offers is a portal of magic. He's close to the earth because he's retrograding into the heart of the sun. And this is your ideal opportunity to join me in my free webinar. Check the description box below, probably on the 20th of the month, where you can learn what the asteroids and stars involved in the Cazimi and how this is a very magical portal that you can use in your own life. And it's most applicable, of course, for you as a Capricorn, where you can benefit from this particular reset button. And then Mercury's ideas, his generation of insights for you can be quite important, quite spectacular. Okay, so let's get going. Say happy Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Don't forget to check out my Patreon community promotion this month. I think it might be something you would enjoy if you love learning astrology, especially, and having more intimate contact with me. Thanks very much, Capricorns. I will see you in the future. Thank you.